Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Average Superstar TV. I'm your host, Lauren Lepre. Today, we are back in the independent film world here, and back into the horror community. And boy, do we got a great guest for you. For all of us fellow horror fans, we have got the great Jason Brooks from Friday the 13th, Vengeance Bloodlines. So, Jason, I'd like to welcome you to the show.
Oh, thank you.
Yes. So Jason, wow. Like what I just got done, like I just was just saying about watched it twice already. Jason, how the hell do you even build a following to say, hi, I'm going to make a fan film and get all these all-star cast people from all these Friday the 13th films we know? I mean, yeah, Tom Matthews, Richie Ramone, Rob Mello. You had the great Darcy DeMoss. You had Tamara Glim, C.J. Graham, and you even had the director of Friday the 13th, Part 6. So you're directing him.
Yeah. And Diana Prince, Darcy the Mail Girl from Joe Bob.
Yeah, your list goes on and on.
It goes on. It's great.
So how did – I'm just kind of curious, how does this all even start? I mean, how do you build a following for something that's a fan film, not really part of the franchise, but it might as well be the way you're putting this production value in?
Well, I mean, it started years and years and years ago when we did Vengeance. So we started with a small film called Mythos, didn't work out, so we expanded it into Vengeance, directed by Jeremy Brown. He put that together, brought me on as Jason, and we knew that we needed to build an audience, and so we brought on Peter Anthony, who was great at marketing and getting words out there and connecting with people. So he helped grow our audience as well. So we can get the fans to kind of help and support and back it. And from that point, Jeremy and I, we talked about bringing CJ Graham on to play Elias Voorhees, expanding the story. And so Jeremy reached out to him. He was on board. Then we reached out to Steve Dash, who played Jason in Part 2, to be our sheriff. And that's how we got our first film together. Worked with Tom McLaughlin a lot because we wanted to open that film with the Elias story. And originally Part 6, the ending was supposed to have Elias in the graveyard. So we worked with Tom and we got the cut ending from Part 6. We made our opening for Vengeance. And being it was a sequel to Part 6, we thought that was really great. So that's where we started there. And then with the success of Vengeance 1, there's a lot more people that were willing and able and excited to jump onto Part 2. They wanted to have a cameo or a part in that. So in my little tours, going to conventions and doing signings, I got to meet a lot of amazing people like Paul Taylor and Tamara Glenn and all that. And originally, Felissa Rose was supposed to be in it, but David Howard Thornton, who was playing Art the Clown, but they both had schedule conflicts, so we had to do some rearranging. Peter said, hey, let's reach out to Darcy DeMoss. He was in contact with her, and I was like, but didn't she die? And he's like, but did you see her? It's like, all right, fair. So we reached out to her. She was on board. They liked the story and what we were doing and everything. So it was easy for that part to kind of just get people on board and get excited for it because the success we had and kind of the vision we had going forward in the story that we told in this one.
That's great. And that's awesome. You have Darcy coming back. I take it she's had a 30-year headache at least, right?
Yeah, at least. You see the scars on her face and she had some wounds.
Yeah, that's great. Brother, I really like how well done it was, especially the night parts of how lit they were. I trust me, I've seen so many of these films where they're in the dark and you can't see anybody, but everybody popped. I thought it was great. You had Richie Ramone in there. I mean, yep. You had a really good all-star cast, and I liked about how Tom's character brought up about I think he said it was his father or his grandfather was a fart head. Like, I like the tributes that you guys were doing.
Yeah, because Walt, Tom McLaughlin, he plays the Gravekeeper Walt, and he was great, wonderful amazing actor and great at ad lib. And him and Rob Mello, their scenes were just incredible. We had the script and we kind of threw a lot of it out. They knew kind of what they had to do and say, but they were able to really just play off each other really well and had great chemistry. So we kept that and ran with it.
Yeah, man, really. So, I mean, how you were obviously a Friday 13th fan like the rest of us growing up. I mean, when you even get an idea to do something like this, like, how do you even get attention to do it? Because, I mean, there's been a million, not just Friday 13th, there's been tons of fan films for all the icons. So, how do you really go above and beyond being one of the elite people that do something like this?
Well, I mean, I just started off as an actor, and then, but in the past, before I jumped on as Jason, I had a lot of work, in the past on small independent films, doing props, costumes, wardrobe, effects, and all that kind of stuff, and would occasionally get an extra role or occasionally be the monster because I was a big guy. And so once I was on as an actor for Jason, we got Vengeance, I just kind of helped with all the different pieces across all of the departments. And then once we got done with Vengeance, everyone was tired. It's so much work. People don't understand. And the director is like, I'm tired. I don't think I could make another one, but people kept demanding it. So he reached out to me and asked me if I would take over the second one and do that, because he trusted me with it. And I was very reluctant, but had some good support. Talked to a few people, talked to Cody Newton, who you talked about the lighting. Cody's the man. I mean, he was the DP on this. He directed when I was in the suit. He helped so much with this, late nights editing nonstop. So I knew I had to have him on the project to make it look the way it looks now. And once I got the crew together, I was like, let's do it. And we just did. And we got everyone together, and the culmination of all the ideas of all the different people involved really kind of is what drove this home, because we're all fans. We all know what we want to see. And we were able to mash that together in this beautiful kind of symphony of storytelling. So it was great.
It was great. And I'm guessing as certain people came aboard, you probably adjusted the script, because I thought like Tam Grimm had the best line, the Haddonfield line, but dude was by far like, I wasn't ready for that.
Yeah.
But and then when that was done, I was like, okay, it's not an official fan film, but it was like, is she really the first person to say she was killed by Michael Myers and Jason?
And Jason, yeah.
She might have that bragging right.
She might, yeah. And that was, we brought her on later in the later on. There we did have that character in there that was had that role. We hadn't cast it yet. And it was a very small part. And so when Tamara told me, I think we were in Chattanooga or something, but she said, I want to be a part of it too. And so what I did was I said, well, yeah, I've got this very small part here. We can do that. And she said, she'll take it. And then, so I just kind of altered a couple of lines and threw the Haddonfield line in, and I thought it was fun. I didn't want to go too far with it to make it too obvious and too much on the nose, but the real fans who understand Halloween, everything, I think they would appreciate the nod, and it seems to have paid off.
Yeah, and I would say technically the part where with the traffic jam and
yeah,
when that, I mean, how do you? I'm kind of curious. Two questions, because they're very I can't compliment you enough. But hold up, I think we got. Hey, it's Darcy.
There she is.
I started my phone.
You did.
Hey, well, welcome to the party. I'm so glad you can make it. We were just talking about you.
My ears were ringing.
Perfect.
Yeah. But where we're at here, how long was exactly this shoot?
Oh, the shoot. We did probably about 3 weeks. We did a week on in June. Then we took a week off to kind of prep for the following week. And then we did another week. And then we did a few days of pickups in September. And then we put it all together, cut it. We kind of looked at it and said, what does it need? Kind of showed it to a small test audience, and then decided we need another half week of pickups and additions so that we can kind of fill in some of those gaps, because we really want to make sure we did it right and not just put out what we had just to get it out.
Gotcha. Darcy, how was your 30-year headache? Have you recovered from that?
I'm still working on it. It was great. It was so fun to be back, to work with everybody. Such a gift.
Gotcha. You're a little choppy. How was what was it like bringing your character back?
It was super fun. I just kind of right back in.
Hey, Darce, I think you need to get a little closer to the phone or something.
Oh, okay.
I think we're cutting out a little bit.
Also, I have an gray parrot. That better?
A little bit.
Getting a little bit better. If all fails, I would tell you to jump back out and come right back in. It might reset you.
How's that?
Yeah, pretty. But Jason, when I was leading up with the from the part with the cops and everything, well, I was about to give you a big compliment on. I mean, how do you even get ready for that? Was a chain reaction, kill after kill after kill. I mean, did you have that? I mean, you had to be the setups had to have been like spot on for a 3-week shoot.
Yeah. I mean, that took place over about 2.5 days. We were trying to secure a road to block off, and then on the day of shoot, we didn't have the road, so we had to kind of make do with something else. And so just got up early, went and found a place that we could make work, got it set up with some pre-planning with scheduling of who's going to be where and when. Got that together and just started knocking it out. And thankfully, again, with Cody, who's really good and efficient with his team, Tenna and Ryan, everyone, they just really got the footage we needed and just kind of moved from thing to thing to thing and got the parts we needed, all kind of out of order, but it all kind of came together.
Sweet. Darcy, what was it like reuniting with a lot of your old cast?
Oh my God. It's, I'm so proud to be the girl in the band. So it's pretty fun because, we do get together a lot for the cons, the horror cons. So I get to see Tom McLaughlin, I get to see Tom Adams, DJ.
Yeah, it's like it started off great, then she went underwater. Jason pulled her underwater.
Whoops. I'm sorry. That's the phone, I think. I need to get professional and get a mic.
It's okay. We're winging through it. What was your favorite moment of this film?
I love the ending when CJ comes back from part 6 as Jason Voorhees.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even know that was going to happen, so it was unexpected, and what a treat. And there's so many wonderful little innuendos in the film for all you Friday the 13th part Jason Lives fans. Juji, shh. So it's just so fun and campy, and Jason Brooks did such a great job, and Cody Newton, amazing as our DP, and our producer Peter Anthony and Sean and everybody. Everybody really worked really hard and came together, and it's just a real labor of love.
Absolutely. Just out of curiosity, CJ was Jason in the 80s, and every time I see him, he looks like he's getting bigger and bigger. Like, what were you guys feeding him on that movie set?
Oh man, speaking of feeding on the set, Tammy, Sean's wife, Sean's our executive producer. Tammy helps feed us the entire time, and she's one of those unsung heroes that really supports Sean, supports us, and everyone, and she feeds us all amazing meals. People walk away saying it's the best craft services catering they've had and stuff. And we had some pretty good meals. So I know I probably gained a couple pounds on set. Absolutely.
And Darcy, I've been talking to you on and off at the conventions the last year. I mean, all of you, Part 6 cast, you're very friendly. Yeah, you guys you're really good people.
Thank you. You know what? We have a really good time. It's such a gift to keep getting out there and meeting the fans, and they've got their Jason Voorhees tattoos, and a guy that put a tattoo of my face on his back, and
I saw that post. Yes, yeah, that's definitely a fan of yours. That's for sure. Did you sign his back? He might as well have just got that tattooed in there at this point. And I even like Jason. I really liked how you did your ending credits, going behind the scenes. I like how you made it all red and everything. I thought it was really cool because you could tell that was a true production is there any? I mean, I know that I don't even without question. I know that's your goal to probably direct an actual franchise, but one the next part. But I mean, is there any talks on that, or is it just fans trying to chant your name for that?
Oh yeah, and I gotta give Cody credit again for that ending. He did that. It almost brought me to tears watching all the hard work of the crew in the on screen and through those credits and being able to watch and see some of those memories again. It was amazing what he put together for that. But right now it's just chanting. I think we're all enjoying the success of Bloodlines right now and all the positive response and loving how it connected with the fans at such a large volume. But right now we have several original projects that we have lined up that we've got stories for that we're looking to move on to. But of course, I mean, if anyone from the franchise came back and said, hey, you did a good job with this, we'd like to talk to you, then I think all of us are all ears. But that would be an honor.
Without a doubt. And for anybody right now listening, you could for anyone who didn't know, you could go to, this is a free movie on YouTube.
Yes.
And
you watch it for free.
So it's Friday 13th Vengeance, but then you also and the one we're here promoting now is Vengeance Bloodline Part-2.
Yeah, it's Vengeance 2 Bloodlines.
Sweet. And I mean, are you allowed to screen this at festivals too and all that, or is it just kind of yeah,
we'll submit it to some festivals and everything and get it out there. Let it show around and it'll be free on YouTube. There are Blu-rays, DVDs available through the Indiegogo if you want to collect something and have something tangible like that. So that's still up and in demand right now. But it won't be, doing any theater circuits, like massive nationwide things or anything like that. It won't be out for massive distribution or anything. So it's kind of a limited time. Get it while you can.
That's pretty wonderful. Darcy, what's going on in your world, though? Do you have any other projects going on, or is this the main one you're pushing?
The main one I'm pushing right now, but my iron's in the fire, and
we need subtitles.
We do. Well, I know that Cody and I want to work with Darcy again.
That's awesome. I want to see more. I'm an actor. I'm available for they get killed in the next film if you need. See what we can do. I'm coming off of Terrifier 2, so we're doing all right.
Yeah. That's funny. It's like one of the biggest things I get a lot is, put me in your next film. I'll even die. I don't care. It's like, well, that's what everybody wants.
You're not really in a horror movie unless you die.
Yeah. But you can tell the seasoned actors who've been around for a while because they're the ones who come and say, I don't want to die because I want to come back for the sequel. Yeah,
I guess that'd be their glitch, right? So, and technically Darcy could say she died twice, but not really. She could actually say in this world she only dies once.
Yeah, we could pull a Darth Maul on her and she can come back all.
You'll bring her back. You'll figure out a way. On your mind. But all right, guys, I know you guys got an agenda tonight and everything. So I thank you so much for stopping by. Darcy, thank you for this. And Jace, any plugs? I know you just kind of gave your spiel, but is there anything you need to throw out there?
No, just go check it out. Check out on YouTube free Friday the 13th, Vengeance 2 Bloodlines. Give it a watch, give it a review, tell us what you think. We'd love to hear from you, and we're excited to show you the work we've done and hope you enjoy it.
Sweet. All right, everyone. Well, I thank this audience for taking the time to check out this channel again. Please hit that subscribe button on YouTube, Spotify, Amazon, Stitcher, and iHeartRadio. We drop a new episode every Monday. Keep an eye on Jason Brooks and Darcy. They're awesome people. I really hold what Jason does very high because I mean, just to say hey, I'm not a Hollywood guy and I love this franchise so much. I'm going to work my butt off. And little by little, he puts something together of this caliber. They bring in someone like Darcy and Tom Matthews, and they get CJ Graham. They get the director of Friday the 13th Part 6 to play a role. That's like, you can't get any better compliment than that. So,
I'm still pinching myself.
Yeah. So people like Jason Brooks and Damien Leone from Terrifier 2 and myself from the Dark Military. I mean, we're out there. We're trying to get our art out there. So thank you all for that support. And with that, I will say thank this audience again. Thank you, Jason. Thank you, Darcy.
Thank you.
And I will see you all next week.